In Our News Live at 7, a change in the message. The government walks back the announcement on the proposed NIB hike. Then police called to the hospital overnight to investigate a suspected suicide. And then off the job. Parliamentary Registration Department workers walk off today in frustration. We'll tell you what happened. And then in Our News at 7:30, we've got public reaction to the proposed NIB increase. Our News Live at 7 starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Our News Live at 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Jerome Sawyer, sitting in for Candino Knowles, who is on assignment. Before we begin, happy International Women's Day to all of the women, whoever they are in your lives. We celebrate you today. Well, not so fast. It seems that the NIB minister, Alfred Sears, misspoke yesterday in announcing that 15% increase in national insurance contributions spread over 20 years. It worked out to a 1.55 increase every 2 years. In a statement, the Office of the Prime Minister, acknowledging an actuarial review of NIB, recommended increasing the contribution rate every 2 years. But the statement went on to say the rate increases would only be required in a worst-case scenario. It says, quote, a decision has yet to be made beyond the initial 1.5% announced to commence on July 1st, end quote. Now, to read that full statement, you can visit the Our News social media pages. And then in Our News at 7:30, comments from the Prime Minister and public reaction to that proposed increase. Well, a 22-year-old woman is dead tonight in what police say appears to be a suicide. Police tell us around 1:30 this morning they got a call from hospital authorities about a female patient who they tried unsuccessfully to resuscitate after she was brought in unresponsive. Police believe the 22-year-old drank a liquid which led to her death, but they still need an autopsy to determine exactly what killed her. Later, speaking on the sidelines at an event for International Women's Day, both the Labour Minister and Public Service Minister, Pia Glover-Roll, and the Senate President, Lachelle Adderley, joined with authorities in reminding the public that help is available.
I think it's important that we don't only have resources available, but we ensure that people know that the resources are available. We recently passed a mental health bill. We have a suicide hotline. We have the Women's Crisis Center. We have a number of NGOs and advocacy groups that exist. But not because I'm aware of that means that everyone that's widespread knowledge. So I think it's important that we're ensuring that the word gets out.
If you have a mental health problem, try your best to resolve it. Reach out, get some help. Don't stay in isolation. Don't stay in silos, because when that happens, things spiral out of control and we end up doing things that we significantly regret.
Good advice here all around. Well, the Court of Appeal overturning the acquittal of a man accused of shooting at police back in 2020, resulting now in a new trial. The Director of Public Prosecution's Office challenged the decision of Justice Renee McKay to acquit Jamal Miller of possession of a firearm with the intent to endanger life. In a judgment delivered by Justice of Appeal Bernard Turner, the court ruled that the trial judge had usurped the function of the jury. As a result, Miller's acquittal was quashed and a new trial ordered before another judge. Employees at the Parliamentary Registration Department walking off the job today, claiming issues with pay and working conditions, and they plan to remain out until they can get some answers. Our Joshua Williams recounts the day's events.
The list of complaints includes unkept agreements, back pay, overtime, and health hazards. Fed up, on Friday, staff at the Parliamentary Registration Department walked off the job. As the Our News team arrived, the Coalition of Independence leaders Lincoln Bain and Maria Daxon were heading the protest. Bain, appointed group spokesman, claims workers haven't been paid monies owed from last year.
These people worked overtime, especially during the by-election. They worked overtime. They were supposed to get paid $20 for regular staff, $25 $25 for supervisors, and they have not been paid.
Being also claiming acting parliamentary commissioner Arthur Taylor has also not been paid. It is believed Taylor was in the building during the time of the protests. Our News was not able to immediately verify any of these claims, but this employee who wanted to remain anonymous spoke of their ongoing plight.
Asking us to do these things and not paying us on time, or even ensuring us the rate and anything like that is really unfair. Asking us to work long hours, do the work correct the first time.
We need some sort of clarity as to when the funds is going to be distributed, how it's going to distribute it, we need something.
Now we're here inside of the parliamentary building, and what you can see now is what appears to be mold on the wall in one of the offices. This is something that Bain says workers are extremely concerned about.
I have never seen anything like that. It is a serious environmental health hazard, and this building should be condemned. I saw black mold, the one that gives you cancer, caked up on the walls. I saw mold caked up in the rugs.
Our building has been allegedly condemned several times. Mold, we've dealt with issues of no water.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Well, we reached out to the government agency responsible for these workers and were expecting a response, but up to news time tonight, we still had not received that response. Well, are you ready for the weekend? Question is, should you wear a long sleeve, short sleeve, tank top, crop top? The man with all the answers, meteorologist Greg Thompson, is standing by in the Weather Center with our first look at weather tonight. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Jerome. A beach day today, tomorrow. Temperatures are going to get rather warm. They're going to be in the 80s,
So tank top?
Yeah, tank top, shorts.
Or crop top?
Flip-flop, crop top, whatever top. 77 degrees outside our studios right now under mostly clear skies. The winds out of the south at 7 miles per hour, and your feels like temperature is hanging around in the mid-70s. Temperatures around the islands right now at 77 in Freeport, 78 in Allenstown, Bimini, Great Harbour Key, over in Marsh Harbour, Abaco, and in Governor's Harbour. You guys are 76. 77 in Nicholstown, as well as here in the capital. Central Bahamas, 77 Kemps Bay, 76 Arthurstown, Cat Island. Pick up a string of 78s in Georgetown, Exuma, Deadman's Key, Long Island, Cuban Towns, and Salvador, and into the southeast Bahamas, 79 in Duncantown, Ragged Island. More 78s, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, that's in Acklands, Abrams Bay 78, Providenciales 79, Matthewtown in Agua. You guys staying the warm spot at 81. Satellite radar composite showing quiet conditions across area. High pressure is in charge, a rather weak one. We do have some high-level moisture moving across in the form of some high-level clouds. We call them cirrus. Not going to produce any rainfall, but we are expecting a frontal boundary to get near sometime by Sunday into Monday, so we could see an increase in some shower activity during that time frame. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your weekend forecast is still to come.
And still to come on Our News, the first step in getting the new hospital built. We'll hear what's being done to secure that all-important funding. Then celebrating women and their achievements. It's International Women's Day. Then later on in Our News at 7:30, retention bonuses for teachers in the public school system. Is it the answer to keeping our teachers in the system? All that and more coming up when Our News returns.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Immerse yourself in the enchanting allure of Auckland.
Well, the government is well on its way to getting the monies needed for a new hospital. Minister of Health and Wellness says that they passed the first stage in its bid to secure funding from the Export-Import Bank of China. They are looking for a loan to build a specialty hospital on New Providence. The facility comes with a $290 million price tag to be built in 2 phases on 40 acres of land through Papal Tract. COVID-19 exacerbated many of the legacy problems in our healthcare facilities, including the aging infrastructure at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Darville's comments came during his contribution to the mid-year budget in Parliament.
The Bahamas have now passed the first stage of the Chinese concessional loan facility.
Well, during his mid-year budget communication, Dr. Darville also talked about the other options explored. The Nassau Health Campus will be built in 2 phases and will be a 250-bed maternal and children's hospital that includes a morgue, diagnostic facilities and a blood bank. Yesterday, former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis claimed the government engaged in a secret land deal for this facility. Dr. Darville countered with this.
Everything we do in the ministry is completely transparent. I made it very clear that of the 50 acres where this hospital is supposed to go, 14 acres was already owned by Arawak-Home. That is public knowledge. We reached out to Arawak-Home and we said, listen here, we're trying to build this hospital. Would you be interested in us acquiring this land? And the negotiation started. So everything associated with this land will become completely transparent.
Moving forward, Mummy, Grammy, Auntie, Stepmom, Sister, and everyone in between. Today is your day as the world celebrates International Women's Day. Locally, the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Renewal teamed up with the Bahamas Development Bank to host an empowerment workshop for women this morning. Minister responsible Miles Laroda reflecting on women who have made valuable contributions to our society.
In our country, women serve as head of state. A woman serves as president of the Senate, sitting here today. A woman serves as the Speaker of the House of Assembly. A woman serves as captain of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. A woman serves as the deputy leader of government business in the House, Pia Gloverol. A woman served as one of the most senior members of the House, Glenys Hannah Martin, just to name a few.
Now, Labour and Public Service Minister Pia Gloverol, one of several female parliamentarians, spoke to this year's theme, Inclusivity of Women that Accelerate Progress.
When a woman is at the table, we get the job done. And that's evident in all spheres of our society today, not only political leadership, but of course, entrepreneurship and business, church leadership, and leadership throughout our nation. You see women emerging.
When Our News comes back from the break, returning our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as U.S. President Biden punches back at his Republican opponent Trump in his State of the Union last night, plus a public transportation strike in Germany, leaving millions stranded. And then the state of emergency in Haiti extended as the violence there continues. We'll have the details when Our News comes back.
And the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Immerse yourself in the enchanting allure of Acklands. Night after night, accompany us on a week-long expedition as we unveil the undiscovered treasures of this island paradise. See its pristine beaches, embrace the vibrant culture, and live the experience through the lens of our news. Tune in every night at 7 p.m. for a captivating blend of inspiration, adventure, and the irresistible charm of Acklands. Coming this March, only on Our News.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Immerse yourself in the enchanting allure of Acklands. Night after night, accompany...
This is Our News and welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. U.S. President Joe Biden delivering a fiery State of the Union address on Thursday night, taking repeated swipes at his opponent Donald Trump as he made his case for re-election in 2024. Biden used the term "my predecessor" to refer to Trump 13 times in a speech that lasted more than an hour. He accused Trump of bowing down to Russia and criticized him over the U.S. Capitol riots. Gabe Singer reports.
U.S. President Joe Biden came out swinging against Donald Trump and Republicans in his State of the Union address on Thursday.
My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that.
He accused Trump and the GOP of trying to rewrite history about the January 6th Capitol riot by the former president's supporters.
You can't love your country only when you win.
It was one of a series of fiery attacks in Biden's hour-long speech touching on abortion, the economy, and the war in Gaza, to contrast himself with his competition in November's general elections. That included accusing Trump as, quote, bowing down to Russia.
Now my predecessor, a former Republican president, tells Putin, quote, do whatever the hell you want. That's a quote. I think it's outrageous. It's dangerous and it's unacceptable.
The president faces criticism from progressives over support for Israel in its war against Hamas and Republicans for his stance on immigration. While Democrats mostly lauded his speech with cheers and applause, many wore ceasefire pins. Biden sought to cool anger in his party and on the left. He sharply criticized Israel's leaders, calling on them not to hold up humanitarian aid to Gaza, and announced that the U.S. military will build a pier on Gaza's coast to boost aid. The speech was a key opportunity for Biden to reach voters weighing whether to vote for him, choose Trump, or sit out the election. Trump appeared to lash out over Biden's fiery rhetoric on his Truth Social platform, saying, quote, the anger and shouting is not helpful to bringing our country back together. Opinion polls show them closely matched in the race, with many American voters unenthusiastic about the rematch.
Well, millions of travelers in Germany are facing severe disruption to transportation services due to strikes by rail and airport staff. A two-day strike by Lufthansa airline ground staff coincided with a 35-hour strike by train drivers. Rail operator Deutsche Bahn said only 20% of long-distance trains were running. The walkouts are to do with separate disputes over pay and working conditions with a national carrier Lufthansa and state-owned rail operator Deutsche Bahn. Haiti's government said it would extend a state of emergency around Port-au-Prince for another month as gang violence threatening to bring down the government and led thousands to flee their homes appears to show no sign of abating. Alice Rizzo reports.
Burned-out cars lined the streets of Port Thursday as gang violence threatens to bring down the government. With gas stations closed, people brought petrol from street vendors.
The situation in the country is critical. People can no longer go about their business. Our children can no longer go to school. Merchants can't go to market. No one can move around the country.
A state of emergency will be extended to April 3rd, with a nightly curfew over the weekend, according to the government. It bans all public protests and allows security forces to use all legal means at their disposal to enforce the curfew, it said. Authorities first announced a state of emergency on Sunday after fighting escalated. Inmates were broken out of prison by armed gangs, and an estimated tens of thousands were displaced. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Ariel Henry, who is in Puerto Rico since Tuesday, has apparently been unable or unwilling to return to Port-au-Prince. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke with Henry by phone on Thursday about the urgent need to accelerate a transition to a more inclusive government, senior State Department official Brian Nichols said. With shortages of staff, equipment, beds and drugs, the country's health system is nearing collapse, the UN Humanitarian Affairs Agency said. 24 trucks carrying vital equipment, medical supplies and food were stuck at the capital's port, according to the UN's World Food Programme. Citing insecurity, it suspended its maritime transport service.
And still to come in our news today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was March 8th. And then in our news at 7:30, they've had time to think about it. Now hear public reaction to the proposed NIB hike. And Jazz in the Gardens weekend in neighboring South Florida. Get this, somehow our Italia Hall found her way to a pre-concert food event. That's right. It's all coming up when our news returns.
And the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Immerse yourself in the enchanting allure of Acklands. Night after night, accompany us on a week-long expedition as we unveil the undiscovered treasures of this island paradise. See its pristine beaches, embrace the vibrant culture, and live the experience through the lens of our news. Tune in every night at 7 p.m. for a captivating blend of inspiration, adventure, and the irresistible charm of Acklands. Coming this March, only on Our News.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Immerse yourself in the enchanting allure of Acklands. Night after night, accompany us on a week-long expedition as we unveil the undiscovered treasures of this island paradise. See its pristine beaches, embrace the vibrant culture, and live the experience through the lens of our news. Tune in every night at 7 p.m. for a captivating blend of inspiration, adventure, and the irresistible charm of Acklands. Coming this March, only on Our News.
You've heard of electric cars. Now it's time you drive one. Easy Car Sales welcomes you to experience.
And we're back and turning our attention now to events that shaped the day that was March 8th.
On this day in Bahamian history in 1996, Parliament implemented the Local Government Act establishing the parameters for local government. It was implemented for all of the islands except for New Providence, where the central government administers the island's affairs. Local government previously existed in the Bahamas in the form of appointed board of works. During that time, towns and villages are said to have held their influence over these board of works, but almost all final decisions were made by the central government through the island's commissioner. And finally, in 2018, the first three-day Bahamas Natural History Conference, which was held at the College of the Bahamas, ended today. The Historical Society notes that it was organized by the Bahamas National Trust under the theme highlighting the importance of research, conservation, and environmental stewardship. The forum attracted researchers, educators, students, and naturalists from the Bahamas and abroad.
Well, to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. Well, that does it for Our News at 7. Joining us now is Megan Shepherd. Megan, happy International Women's Day. The producer says we're out of time, so no banter tonight, okay? Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. Coming up tonight in 7:30, residents react to the upcoming NIB rate hike. Salary increases may be on the way for public school teachers, and we get a taste of Miami ahead of Jazz in the Gardens weekend. Here are your latest headlines. Coming up tonight, jumping the gun. The Prime Minister backtracking on the recently announced incremental increases to NIB rates. He says no decision has been made beyond 2024. Plus, good news for teachers across the country. The Education Minister says incentives are on the way, including a retention bonus.
Coming up on Our News, we'll be talking about my business, Royal Custom Factory, where we create all your furniture needs, custom make all your chair needs, headboards, upholstery, carpentry, anything you think of.
And our Italia Hall gets a taste of Miami at a foodie event ahead of the much-anticipated Jazz in the Gardens, when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
You've heard of electric cars. Now it's time you drive one. Easy Car Sales welcomes you to experience the power and prestige of the latest electric vehicles. Plug in at home for a 65% discount off your gas bill and never get stuck at the pump again. Build your dreams of a better future with a better car, the BYD EV. Visit easy242.com to book your free test drive today. Save your money while driving in style, only at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Immerse yourself in the enchanting.
Welcome to Our News and happy International Women's Day. I'm Megan Shepard. Well, the cat is out of the bag, and come July 1st, residents can expect to see a few extra dollars taken out of their salaries as national insurance contributions are set to increase. But it seems NIB Minister Alfred Sayers misspoke yesterday in announcing there will be a 15% increase spread over 20 years. In a statement, the Office of the Prime Minister said rate increases would only be required in a worst-case scenario. How do Bahamians feel about this? Well, let's find out. Minister Alfred Sayers announcing yesterday that Bahamians can expect a 1.5% increase to their NIB contributions this July, and then every 2 years after that. The contributions will continue to increase by 1.5% up until 2044. Just hours after that announcement, the Office of the Prime Minister released a statement reneging that contributions will increase every 2 years until 2044. Today, Prime Minister Philip Davis says it has always been his position to lessen the burden of the people.
I was not prepared to put any further burden on the people. But over a year ago, in regard to the state of national insurance, we indicated that we will look at, we gave sufficient notice, 1 year notice, that beginning July 2024, we'll put a 1.5% increase.
We took to the streets to get the public's reaction to the news. These residents, not holding back about how they feel, say they are not in agreement.
I don't feel good about it.
Do you think now is the right time to do it?
No, not now. Just a slope, right now.
Things are already basically, hard for a lot of young people who are just getting jobs. That 1.5, that is could be a bit too much for them.
However, these individuals support the decision, calling it necessary.
Ain't nothing you could do about it. That's the way of living. That's the way of life now.
I think if the government sees that it is necessary, then I have no problem with that.
Meanwhile, we spoke to this resident who had an entirely different perspective.
So my appeal to each and every person out there is just to get a closer walk with Jesus Christ. And because he is coming soon, that's my objective and my 5 cents on this whole point.
Ministry of Education looking to address the issue of teacher shortages, an issue Education Minister Glenys Hanna-Martin says is quickly becoming a global crisis. In her mid-year budget communication, Hanna-Martin said the Davis administration is implementing a retention bonus for all teachers, among other incentives. The new strategy is coming out of the Teacher Morale Committee within the ministry.
The Davis administration saw fit to single out amongst some other professionals, teachers, by giving them historic increase in salaries and putting in place a very novel concept, which is that of the retention bonus, which is an incentive to allow teachers to stay in the profession. Very shortly, you will see recommendations for the promotion of senior and master teachers throughout the nation.
The Ministry of Education, for the first time, providing a $250 stipend to teachers at the beginning of the school year to assist with classroom decor, something teachers would usually pay for out of pocket. Meanwhile, Hanna-Martin adds that nearly 200 new teachers were onboarded,
which included technical teachers, guidance counselors, school psychologists, teachers' aides. We went to Cuba pursuant to an MOU and brought in 46 teachers who specialize in special ed, agriculture, and technical studies. This allowed us to take this type of instruction, specialized instruction, into the Family Islands for the first time in a broad-based way.
As police continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding the death of that toddler found unresponsive in a bathtub with bruises earlier this week, Senate President Lachelle Adderley is calling on parents and guardians to exercise caution as they raise their children, noting that they are very important to the Bahamian society.
Children are our most precious resource, and they ought to be reared in a safe, loving environment. And it's vitally important that parents look out for their children, that the community look out for a child, that if we see something, we say something.
A Bahamian living in Florida has been sentenced to 42 months in prison for trafficking over 90 guns to the Bahamas. Kingsley Wilson faced a potential maximum sentence of 10 years in prison when he appeared before federal judge John Antoon for sentencing. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives began investigating Wilson in January 2022 after 3 guns bought by Wilson in Florida were recovered from crime scenes in the Bahamas. Between January 2022 and July 2023, Wilson pretended to buy 92 firearms for himself when he was really illegally buying them and selling them to others. Wilson pleaded guilty, avoiding a trial. Well, still lots more news to share with you on this beautiful Friday evening. But first, Greg Thompson joins us now from the Weather Center with your first look at temperatures. Greg, I hear that's great news for weather this weekend.
Yep, it's going to be warm though, so you may want to take in the beach, maybe a little bit, But yeah, warm temperatures before front gets in here by Sunday. 75 degrees under mostly clear skies right now outside the studios. South-southeast winds at 7 miles per hour. Your field strike temperature is at 76. Satellite and radar composite showing quiet conditions across our area. We do have some high-level clouds moving in the upper atmosphere. Not really going to produce any rainfall, but we are anticipating a frontal boundary getting here sometime on Sunday into Monday. But in the meantime, warm temperatures Saturday and the early part of Sunday. So get outdoors and enjoy, and make sure you're taking the beach. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us to look at your weekend forecast. Is still to come.
Still to come on our news, Bahamas Striping donating thousands to help young women this International Women's Day. Plus, our Italia Hall has more from Miami as that city gears up for Jazz in the Gardens. And find out why a young furniture maker quit his job to follow his passion. It's an inspiring story you don't want to miss. These details coming up when our news returns.
You've heard of electric cars. Now it's time you drive one. Easy Car Sales welcomes you to experience the power and prestige of the latest electric vehicles. Plug in at home for a 65% discount off your gas bill and never get stuck at the pump again. Build your dreams of a better future with a better car, the BYD EV. Visit easy242.com to book your free test drive today. Save your money while driving in style, only at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, We help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Immerse yourself in the enchanting allure of Acklands. Night after night, accompany us on a week-long expedition as we unveil the undiscovered treasures of this island paradise. See its pristine beaches, embrace the vibrant culture, and live the experience through the lens of our news. Tune in every night at 7 p.m. for a captivating blend of inspiration, adventure, and the irresistible charm of Acklands. Coming this March, only on Our News.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucaya Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucaya Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucaya Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy sources and significantly reducing dependency on fossil fuels. It's more than just a project, it's a commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. Lucaya Solar Power Limited, powered by Inti, powering your world, powering your future.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the University of the Bahamas, and I'm a computer science major. I'm also the Inti Corporation's Youth Ambassador for the Environment, and I'm an environmentalist. My journey as an environmental advocate began with a simple yet profound realization that our environment is degrading right in front of my eyes. And being Inti's Youth Ambassador for the Environment means that my words and my actions hold the power to help.
The Bahamas Striping Group of Companies announcing a $5,000 donation at a luncheon which brought together women from several arenas like journalism, legal, and engineering to celebrate International Women's Day. Guest speaker Patricia Minnis is a co-founder of the Ladies Chamber, a women's and girls entrepreneurial mentorship program based in Gambia. She says mentorship is vital.
We must recruit and mentor women of all ages. We must ensure they are educated in the struggle so they can chart the way forward for our future. Always remember, the young girl of today is the woman of tomorrow. She needs to be nurtured and mentored so that young women and girls flourish as female leaders in the next generation.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies currently has women in vital positions like General Manager, Vice President of Operations, HR Managing Director, and Executive Assistant. Executive Chairman Dominic Stirrup says their next step will be to support mentorship efforts in the country.
Listen to what former First Lady said about mentorship. I've decided to donate $5,000 that the females in our company can see how we can make a difference in mentoring females throughout the Bahamas. As a company, we just don't like to talk, we like to do. And we like to assist how we can assist. So let's hope that this $5,000 will help a lot of young females through our country. And we invite other companies to join our efforts in making a difference in our country. Thank you.
Hundreds are expected to fill the Hard Rock Stadium on Saturday as the 2024 Jazz in the Gardens Music Festival is set for this weekend. The mega North American R&B, soul, and gospel festival will feature a number of top artists this year. And to kick it off the weekend, a foodie event was held outside City Hall on Thursday evening. Our Italia Hall was there.
The Jazz in the Gardens foodie event was a night to remember, particularly as there was lots of unique cuisines to sample. From baked macaroni, barbecue ribs, chicken, crab legs, shrimp, jerk quesadillas, and more. The foodie event gives vendors who will be a part of the Jazz in the Gardens festival an opportunity to showcase their food. Owner of Grills on Wheels Barbecue and Catering, Roderick Billieu, says being a part of the festival this weekend is a dream come true.
Watching the business grow and the opportunities that I'm getting is beyond, I'm beyond grateful. And I just hope that I continue to grow for my grandfather and my grandparents because I'm doing this for them.
Owner of TJ's Southern Kitchen, TJ Johnson, says this is just a sample of what's to come for the mega event.
Miami Gardens laid out this year. They put together an awesome lineup. They have awesome vendors. The team behind the scenes has really went over and beyond, and I'm very elated about what they're doing.
Mayor Rodney Harris was also in attendance. He shares what attendees can expect this weekend.
We're going to have conch salad and stewed conch, all that stuff, man. I don't know if they got Johnny cake over there, but all this stuff is going to be part of Jazz in the Gardens. That's the great part about it. We have foods from different cultures, from all around the Caribbean, all around the world, and we're so excited about what's to come.
Now, Mayor Harris says thousands of people are expected to attend the Jazz in the Gardens Festival. Now it all gets started on Saturday at 2 p.m. Reporting in Miami, Florida for Our News, I'm Italia Hall.
Thanks so much, Italia. We can tell you're having a blast. And tonight we introduce you to a young furniture maker who quit his job to follow his passion. In this next report, Royal Rico tells our Joshua Williams how he got into the business and what keeps him inspired.
Known for viral posts of his work, 31-year-old Byron Brown, known as Royal Rico, has become a household name in the furniture-making community. He says he developed his skill set during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I was bored at home and didn't have anything to do. So I decided to make a footstool for my mom as a present. And, I just posted it on Facebook and I was like, hey guys, guess what I did today? And it just went viral.
With the posts came the orders, which eventually led Byron to quit his job and go into furniture making full-time.
I'm trying to be like the Versace of the furniture world, and my main goal is to open up a big factory where we could make Bahamian-made furnitures and they could be distributed all over the world.
On a typical day, Byron can be seen teaching other men and boys to trade. In a society where crime and violence seems to dominate headlines, he says providing opportunities for others is important.
I thought that just having a business would be rewarding, but I find that the most rewarding part of my business is to create a place for other young men and other men to come and work with me, and they could make money and feed their families.
Now, Royal Rico also has this bit of advice for you young creators and artists out there.
Sometimes you just have to jump off a cliff and grow your wings on the way down. Just believe in your dreams and believe in yourself. You could do it.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
When Our News comes back from the break, there's a new ready-to-drink cocktail on the market. Find out what Ricardo Rum has to offer.
Coming up in sports, one team gets bragging rights, a trophy, and a victory lap, while the others watch it all go down as BAISS track and field concludes.
Time you drive one. Easy Car Sales welcomes you to experience the power and prestige of the latest electric vehicles. Plug in at home for a 65% discount off your gas bill and never get stuck at the pump again. Build your dreams of a better future with a better car, the BYD EV. Visit easy242.com to book your free test drive today. Save your money while driving in style, only at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Immerse yourself in the enchanting allure of Acklands. Night after night, accompany us on a week-long expedition as we unveil the undiscovered treasures of this island paradise. See its pristine beaches, embrace the vibrant culture, and live the experience through the lens of our news. Tune in every night at 7 p.m. for a captivating blend of inspiration, adventure, and the irresistible charm of Acklands. Coming this March, only on Our News.
Welcome back. Well, an exciting finish to the BAISS track and field meet, and our world record holder comes home. Here now with our sports presented by 10th year seniors is Ronaldo and John Mark. Ronaldo.
Thanks, Megan, and welcome to Our Sports presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. After 3 days of competition, records, and Carifta qualifying standards, the St. Augustine's College Big Red Machine repeated as BAISS track and field champions.
Choo choo. Big Red Machine totaled 1,275.5 points to win their fourth consecutive meet. Queens College Comets finished second with 1,260 points, while the Temple Christian Sons were third with 552 points. Several new meet records were set on day 3. Sox under 15 girls 4x100 meter relay team set a new mark at 48.77 seconds. In the under 17 girls javelin, the Big Red Machine's Diore Scott set a new mark at 49.83 meters. In the under 17 boys 200, the Comets Ishmael Rose time of 2.16 seconds is now your new BAISS record. The meet concluded with the Comets under 20 boys 4x400 meter relay team setting a new record at 3 minutes 18.28 seconds.
While the superstars of tomorrow were competing on the track and in the field, the meet took time out to celebrate a superstar of today. 60-meter hurdles world record holder Devin Charlton made an appearance at the BAISS meet and gave words of encouragement to the students in attendance.
It feels good to be back, especially at BAISS. This is really where I got my start in high-level competition, high-stress environments, and it's just come full circle to be back here as a world record holder, knowing that this is where I got my start, and the energy is just like I remember it. Track meets don't look like this anymore on the pro level.
Do you have what it takes to represent the UB Mingles program?
The Mingles will be hosting volleyball and basketball tryouts tomorrow at the Anatole Rogers Gym. Women's volleyball is up first at 10 a.m.
Looking for some power players and middle players, because on the net, we need some blockers. And so with that key skill, it will help the team a little more with the passing and setting.
At noon, the focus shifts to the basketball tryouts led by head coach Bacchus Roll.
And we've been fortunate enough to maybe get a few players that may be 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", that are capable of doing enough to allow us to be able to compete at a small college level.
It's Friday, so that means you get your weekend started with the 10YS Plays of the Week.
Plays of the Week.
At number 5, MLB Spring Training, Cubs, Angels tied in the 8th. BJ Murray at the plate, tied no more.
Ishmael Rolls sets a new U17 200-meter record.
At number 3, you can jump with Adam Johnson, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Sachs' Darvin Dean ran a 14.19 seconds to set a new record in the U17 girls 100-meter hurdles. Watch out, Devin.
Coming in at number one on the charts, number one in our hearts, Devin Charlton continues to blossom into a superstar right before our eyes. That'll do it for Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. For John Mark Nutt, I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, drink up. Ricardo Rum launches its newest ready-to-drink cocktail. Our Danielle Miller has a recap. And temperatures warming up as we head into the weekend. Greg is back with your extended weather forecast when our news continues.
You've heard of electric cars. Now it's time you drive one. Easy Car Sales welcomes you to experience the power and prestige of the latest electric vehicles. Plug in at home for a 65% discount off your gas bill and never get stuck at the pump again. Build your dreams of a better future with a better car, the BYD EV. Visit easy242.com to book your free test drive today. Save your money while driving in style, only at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Immerse yourself in the enchanting allure of Acklands. Night after night, accompany us on a week-long expedition as we unveil the undiscovered treasures of this island paradise. See its pristine beaches, embrace the vibrant culture, and live the experience through the lens of our news. Tune in every night at 7 p.m. for a captivating blend of inspiration, adventure, and the irresistible charm of Acklands. Coming this March, only on Our News.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer...
Welcome back. Nice conditions outside the Our News studio this evening, but will the pleasant weather continue into the weekend? Meteorologist Greg Thompson is live in the Weather Center with your check on extended temperatures.
Yeah, thanks again and welcome back everybody. Of course, we are anticipating a front boundary to get here sometime by Monday time frame. But high pressure in the meantime will be in charge of our weather. That's going to keep us rather warm for the weekend. So if you have plans for the outdoors, it's a good time to get out and enjoy. Sunday should be nice. Storm system taking shape across the Gulf of Mexico. That is going to be bringing a frontal boundary across the area, as I mentioned, by Monday time frame. So a couple isolated showers expected in that. We don't anticipate much of a cool down behind this front, but we do have some expectations for some weather. But that front will quickly move out. High pressure will build back across the area. We should see some breezy conditions for the early part of next week once that system gets out of here. Future forecast, nothing happening through tonight and into tomorrow. Quiet conditions. We do have some high-level moisture moving across us in the form of what we call cirrus clouds. They're not going to produce much in terms of any rainfall, but here comes that front. That front is going to be taking shape across South Florida by Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and as I mentioned, we should get a couple isolated showers with the front once it goes through our area by that time frame. Doing any boating on the waters tonight through tomorrow for the weekend, It's going to be nice. Southeast to south winds, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Tide is presently high, will be low at 22 minutes past midnight, with a high tide, another high tide at 6:39 in the morning. For the southeast Bahamas, east to southeast flow, 10 to 15 knots, seas running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. And before we get to the extended forecast, time changes on Sunday, so make sure before you go to bed Saturday night, advance your clocks ahead 1 hour, and daylight savings time begins. And of course, it's going to be pretty nice change for us. Extended forecast, quiet conditions, sunny through the rest of the week and into the weekend. Frontal boundary getting in here by Monday, breezy. Temperatures take a slight dip. They get into the upper 70s, and they will stay that way through the middle of the week. And by Thursday, we expect temperatures to once again back up into the 80-degree mark. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, and have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks so much, Greg. Well, Ricardo Rum is among the newest buzz items on social media with the introduction of their new ready-to-drink cocktails brewed right here in New Providence. The drink was officially launched last night in grand style, and of course, our Danielle Miller will have a full recap coming up on Our News Weekend. It's a story you won't want to miss. And we thank you so much for joining us for Our News tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepard. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a safe and wonderful Friday evening.